Hey everyone, welcome back to channel and this is Ayush. Today we are going to talk about the Kubernetes namespace. Okay, so it's a very important topic and a basic topic, and this will be the hands-on video, and we will cover this in a very short time. Okay, I won't make it lengthy. So yeah, let's start with the very first thing about the introduction of this particular topic. What is the namespace? Okay, so basically what happens in the real world environments, like into the production environments or in the action environment where Kubernetes cluster is being used or EKS cluster. So there what probably you will see is that basically in Kubernetes you will be running different microservices. Okay, so let's say for any e-commerce website, you will be having order, you will be having payment, you will be having shipment or something. Okay, so for each there could be a possibility of different namespaces, and there they can run their own pods and or their own resources. Okay, for each microservice, even some places what will happen, there could be like front end pod. For front end there will be a separate namespace, for back end there will be a separate, and so on. Okay, so namespaces is basically used for the isolation of workloads. Okay, for isolation of workloads in a cluster. Okay, and also some places what you will see in a single cluster multiple teams are working, like test QA team, FE team, B team, operations team, everyone is working on the same cluster, and they want to run their resources. So yeah, obviously they need a separate place. So as some isolation they need to run their workloads, and also for that we need the namespace. Okay, so yeah, so now what we will do is that I will just let you know how you can just create this namespace. It's a very simple. It's just a one command, that is the kubectl create namespace and then the name. Okay. So yeah. Also, what I will let you understand at this moment itself. What we will be doing is that in a cluster, so whatever minikube cluster we are having, I'll be creating FE namespace. Okay, under this FE namespace, we will be having one pod, one service, and then I'll be having B namespace I'll be creating. There also similar thing, one pod, one service will be creating, and then from this particular pod to this particular pod, I will just try to connect. Okay, so we'll see whether this communication is happening or not between two cross cluster. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, the very first thing, and yeah, one more thing I forgot to tell you is that whenever you think about the namespace, so in Kubernetes you get the default namespace. Okay, so there is one namespace called the default namespace. So whenever you create a resource and you don't specify the namespace, then it gets created into the default namespace. And also one more important namespace which you have, that is the cube system. So in this namespace, you will see the different workloads, like pods running of core DNS, kube proxy, and storage classes, something, something. Okay, I'll just show you all these things. So first we'll do kubectl get namespace. So here you will see different namespace. You can say default, node, least, public, kube system. So if I just show you about the kubectl get pods hyphen n kube system, so there you will see CodeDNS, etcd, API server, controller. All these pods are running into this particular namespace. So Kubernetes has only isolated its own workloads into a different namespace. So there you can see the kube system. And whatever previous classes we have created name pods, and also if I just do the get pod, so you will see all are running into the default namespace. And currently if I will just show you get namespace, yeah, ns if I will do, so it just namespace, so it is the default namespace. Okay, so yeah, so if I will do over here kubectl get pods hyphen n default, so hyphen n basically specifies which namespace, so there you will see all the same pods. Okay, now it's time to create a namespace. So I'll be creating two namespaces. Create namespace feb. Okay, two argument won't accept fe, then be. And if I'll just show you the get namespace, you can see feb got created. Okay, So now let's just create a folder of namespaces, and I will try to, let's take a pod, this pod YAML into that namespaces directory. Okay, so vi pod.yaml. So okay, no level is there. I'll just add a levels. App, my app I can give over here. And also in a single YAML file you can add multiple YAMLs. Like you can just give three dashes and then you can just start another YAML. So now I'm writing for the service. So kind will be the service. Then the metadata will be providing metadata name I will give my svcfe. Then namespace I'll provide over here fe, and here also I'll provide the namespace in metadata, that is the fe. And then you can just, so if spec you can just define here type cluster ip. By default I'm not assigning, so it will be cluster ip. Then I'll just give the selector app is my app, and in ports I'll be adding the normal port will be the 80 and target port will be also 80. Cool, it's done. Now the same I'll just try to copy pod underscore be dot yaml. And now let's just show you one thing. Get pods hyphen and fe, if I will do fe, so there is no resource found, right? So now if I'll just try to apply this particular YAML, apply hyphen f pod dot YAML, and if I'll do get pods, so it's content creating. Okay, that's fine. Now by that time I'll just try to change the fe to be my svc be be. Okay, ये चल रहा है, this is running. Now if I will do the get svc, so service is also there. Let's just do same for the get pods hyphen and be, that is the backend namespace. Nothing is there. If I will just try to apply pod underscore be, so here also you can see one pod and one service get got created. Okay, if I'll just do over here get pods hyphen nbe, you can see this my pod. And yeah, if you want to see all the resources, you can just do get all. uh okay, there should, okay, let 1 minute, I think I did something over here. Yeah, here be will be there na. Let's apply again. Okay, and if I will do get all over here, you can see my pod and services coming. And then get all in fe. So fe also, I will just delete this b one over here. Qctl delete svc hyphen n fe. Okay, now that's fine. By mistake we created that one. Okay, cool. So now here the situation is two namespaces, one pod. So from one pod, from the fe pod, I will be connecting to the backend pod. Okay, so for that, just kubectl exec hyphen it, that is the execute hyphen it into the pod of the fe bin bash. Okay, so here I will just using the curl. So curl is already there. So curl http. So here the like syntax is there. You need to give the service name. So whatever service name we are having, that is the my svcbe, and then dot, after dot the namespace you have to specify. If you don't specify, it will go for the default. But if you, it is in different namespace, then obviously we need to specify. So if I do this be, so you can see now I'm able to access the I'm able to reach basically the pod of the backend namespace. Okay, so this is why I showed you, because by default this thing is allowed. But in a Kubernetes cluster, there are multiple teams if working, and you don't want like team A should able to communicate with the pods of team B. So for this to restrict the access, what we use something called the network policy. So with this we just restrict the like communication between two different namespaces. So this is one network policy which you will see later in this particular course. So yeah, this is about the namespace, and I hope you liked it. And please, if you have any question, you can just ask me in the comment section, and you can just share this particular video to others. So yeah, that's it for this class, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching.